What actually is data? And how are these invisible building blocks of information shaping literally your entire world right this very second? Think about it. How does YouTube know exactly what video you want to watch next? Or, how a weather app on your phone knows for sure if it's going to rain today? Or even how a computer game remembers your highest score? It feels like absolute magic, right? Well, it's not. The secret behind all of this is something called data. So let's dive right in and figure out what that actually means. In totally simple terms, data is just a collection of facts. Imagine your teacher asks everyone in your class, "Hey, what's your favorite fruit?" Some kids say mango, some say apple, others shout out banana. All of those collected answers bundled together, boom, that is data. It's literally the very starting point for learning anything new or solving any problem. Now, here is where we get to bust a massive myth. So many people think data is only numbers, like your math score or the temperature outside. But no way, that is a total myth. The fact is, data can be words, like the color red, pictures like a passport photo, sounds like a voice recording, and yep, even videos like CCTV footage. So if data can be almost anything, why in the world do people spend so much time collecting it? Look at this flowchart because it brilliantly explains the whole point. Say we start by asking a question, like, which school trip should our class go on? Instead of just wildly guessing, we move to step 2 and collect data by taking a vote. Then in step 3, we make a really smart, fair decision based on those actual facts. And that finally lets us take action. Basically, we collect data so we can stop guessing and start knowing. Let's look around, because every single place has data. You actually create it from the moment you wake up. Just look at a totally normal day for a student named Arav. In the morning, his phone's alarm rings. Bam, that time is recorded data. At school, his teacher marks attendance. More data. At lunch, the canteen records which snacks are sold the most. Later on at practice, his football coach is tracking goals. Even at night, his family checks the weather app for tomorrow's forecast. Every single place has data, and every single day creates data. But when we first collect all these facts, they can be a bit messy. Which brings us to an absolutely crucial concept: raw data. Raw data is just data that has been freshly collected but hasn't been organized or sorted out yet. Imagine you empty a massive box of Lego bricks right onto the floor. They are all mixed up by size, shape, and color. Nothing is sorted. That giant, mixed-up, chaotic pile is exactly what raw data is like. It's the very first form of data. For example, imagine asking 20 kids their favorite color and just scribbling the answers down randomly on a whiteboard. It's a total jumble of blue, red, green, yellow. If I asked you right this second which color is the winner, you'd have to stop and count every single one, right? Because this raw data is completely unorganized. But watch what happens when we organize those same exact colors into a neat table. Boom! The pattern instantly pops out. Now you can easily see that blue is the winner with 4 votes. The messy, raw data becomes super easy to understand once we group it together. So the golden rule to remember is we always collect first and organize later. And this isn't just happening in your classroom. This is happening constantly with millions of new pieces of data created around the world every single second, from space satellites up in orbit to the smartwatch on your wrist. All right, data detectives, it is time to test your new knowledge with a quick, interactive quiz. Let's see what you've learned. First question, which of these is data? Is it A, a photograph, B, temperature, C, student marks, or D, all of the above? Have a quick think. Got it? It's D, all of the above. Data comes in so many different forms. Next up, why do teachers record attendance? A, to decorate the register, B, to know who is present, C, to make it colorful, or D, to increase homework? Give it a guess. The answer is definitely B. They collect this data to know exactly which students are present or absent, instead of just guessing. Last multiple choice, which of these is raw data? A, an unsorted list of test marks, B, a completed bar graph, C, a summary report, or D, a finished chart? Remember our big Lego analogy? It's A, the unsorted list of test marks, because they haven't been organized yet. Now for a quick true or false. Data can include videos. What do you think? True or false? It is absolutely true. CCTV footage, classroom recordings, and even YouTube clips are perfect examples of data. One more true or false. Raw data is the first form of collected data. What's your final answer? True again. It's the very first, often super messy step before we sort anything out into neat tables or charts. You guys did fantastic on that quiz. So let's wrap up this explainer with a quick review and a really fun challenge. To summarize our visual clues from today, number 1, data is simply collected facts. Number 2, data is everywhere around us, and it's definitely not just numbers. Number 3, collecting data helps us stop guessing and make really smart decisions. And number 4, when data is freshly collected and unorganized, it's called raw data. For your practical activity today, I want you to look around your room, your house, or even on a smartphone. Try to find 10 different examples of data and explain to a friend or family member exactly why each one counts as data based on what we just learned. And here is your challenge question to really get your gears turning. If your class wants to choose a game for sports day, what specific data would you collect before making the final decision? Think about how you would ask your classmates and what kind of facts you'd need to gather. We now know that data is a collection of facts, and we know exactly what raw data looks like when it's all mixed up. But if that's true, how does raw data become useful information? Let's discover that in our next explainer.